everybody. Thank you for joining us for our Spotlight information event with early years. We've got tons and tons of content for you this evening. We're going to be hearing from the curriculum manager as well as lecturers within the department, and we will have a live Q&A session at the end, and there'll be video content for you to watch as well. So we'll be viewing the Dartford campus tour as well as a dedicated early years video as well. I'm going to pass over to Terry now to introduce herself. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Early Years. My name's Terry Bolton. I'm Curriculum Manager for Early Years, and I've got two fantastic members of the team here with me. I've got Sarah Easton, who is lecturer in Early Years. And,
hello.
And June Simpson, lecturer in Early Years. And they're going to talk to you a little bit in a moment as well. What we really want to sort of just say is that really pleased that you're interested in finding out more about Early Years at North Kent College. It's a fantastic place to be, and we really hope that pretty soon we'll be able to invite you in to see us in action and what it is we do and why we feel so strongly about what we do and wanting you to join us. I think the first thing I want to say straight off is how you come in on our application process. So from today, you'll have the opportunity of putting an application in. From then, we'll actually send out an email to you with a link to a presentation. It's called Genially. It's an interactive presentation, and you're going to see us talking on it and other members of the team, some students. You'll see different elements of our outdoor environment and students working and seeing exactly what it would be like to come to college. What's the difference between being here and being at school? And from that, we want you to do some work too. So we would like you to do this short piece of work, 500 words about 5 key skills that you have, and then there's even more work. From that, we want you to do a short media clip, just giving us 3 interesting facts about you. And that's because we just want to get a bit of an idea about you and what's brought you to us, really. So I would talk a little bit more later on, so that you can actually feel what else is going on here. We're going to sort of hand over to, who wants to take it first?
Yeah,
actually?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay, June's going to tell you a little bit more now.
Hi, we've got 2 courses to start with that I'm going to talk about. It's the Level 2 Introduction to Childcare, and it's for our students who are coming in to start to introduce them into the topic of childcare and to give them a real feel. And a lot of our students come in on that course because it gives them pathways that they can go through. Now, from our Level 2, we can go up to our workforce, which is a Level 3 1-year course, and that gives you a license to practice. So you can go out and work without supervision in a room. We also have the Level 3 2-year course, and that is our also a license to practice, but it is a route into university, which is really, really sought after. And a lot of our students take that route because they want to go on to primary school teaching and to university. Across the courses, we have really enthusiastic students, and we encourage them to work in placement and to look at what experiences they can get. Now, I'm going to pass over to Sarah about how the Level 3 goes to university and what opportunities they have.
Thank you. Yes, at the moment we are supporting a lot of our students that are applying for university. Like June says, they're going into primary teaching, early years, some are going into psychology. There's lots of different avenues that they can take. At the moment they're actually applying for universities and sitting through their online interviews and getting offers back. So we've got lots of things going on in that area. Obviously with the Level 3 as well, it doesn't just have to go into university. You will also be able to go into, like you said, license to practice. As part of losing my words. I can also discuss Forest School. We have an amazing area in Dartford at the moment. I don't know if you can see the photos behind us. We've just had a new area developed where we take our Level 3s out to experience Forest School. Forest School is a teaching approach to education that we like to give our students a chance to experience so that they can take it forward and use with children in their care. It offers life skills, and it really gives them a deeper understanding of different approaches to education. This is a new project for us. We started it last year, and we've been taking students out regularly to experience the outdoor, which has been really taken positively, and we've now obviously developed a little bit further. So this year, hopefully, we're going to be taking it even further and creating fires, using tools, really kind of embracing that approach to forest
Safely
school.
though, safely.
Safely, obviously. We have 2 forest school leaders that are highly trained, but it's very exciting, and we would love you to come and experience that with us.
Now you might be wondering, why come to college? Why not stay at school where you know how things work, you know that you're safe, and you know that you can do A levels and go somewhere else. You'll be equally safe coming here. The thing that we can give you that might not be possible at school is we can give you a variety of experiences that you are going to be able to see and gain a qualification up to 3 A levels in both practical and theoretical knowledge. And we have this wonderful element that we've always prided ourselves on being able to offer, and that's work placement. And our students balance that element of being in college for part of the week and going out to a work placement setting. Sometimes it may be a primary school, it may be a nursery, maybe full daycare, it may be a special school, but you'll actually have a variety of experiences there, and you'll be seen as part of the workforce and someone that is relied on, and you get a good understanding of what would it be like to be in this area as a regular member of staff. That also gives you that qualification that you can practice whilst you're going on in higher education. As Sarah was telling you about with going on to university, they often actually rely on our staff coming back in those holiday times and actually carrying on working in nurseries and schools. The next question you might ask yourself is, what's the difference between health and social care and early years? Because you may have had some experience in health and social care at school. What would you guys say is the biggest differences for you?
I think it's the work experience element, because with our students, they go into nurseries and schools, but within health and social care, you are looking at the care from sort of the elderly, care in residential homes. So it's a slightly different experience that you need to really think about.
So they touch on childcare, but obviously in a broader sense, it's the whole ages, isn't it? So it's not, if you're thinking about wanting to work with children, you're thinking about teaching, it needs to be early years that you choose.
Yeah. I mean, big part of what we do is the curriculum. So you learn about the early years foundation stage and the national curriculum, whereas in health and social care, really the mainstay of what they're going to do is talking about the body and the workings of the body, anatomy and physiology, seeing how that is very different from medical terminology to actually sort of seeing about the child and the development of the child. So people that wish to do nursing, quite often, we would recommend that health and social care may be a more appropriate route for you. But that will be a chat that we will have with each of you individually, and hopefully help you make that decision. Because there may be many courses that you're interested in, and you may be thinking it's a little bit like school where you do a little bit of many subjects, whereas at college you tend to study one main subject, the early years or computing, and in that you may actually take on board English and maths to gain those GCSEs if you haven't done so already, but otherwise that will take the majority of your week. You'll be studying that programme. I was just wondering what other pieces we might like to tell these young people.
Maybe about what criteria to come on the course would be a good one.
That's a jolly good one. Do you want to head us off with the level 2, 2, 3, 4?
Okay, on the level 2, you need to have grade 3, 4 grade 3s, and English and maths really should be 2 of them.
It should indeed.
Level 3, 4 GCSEs at grade 5. 5 GCSEs, apologies, 5 GCSEs.
You've had
at
to go
grade 4,
GCSE with
at grade 4, and English and maths being those. It's really important because that gives you a good grounding to come onto our courses, and it does help us when you come for interview if we can see what your sort of predictions are.
So if you do that level 2, it means that you get another shot of doing your GCSE, whether it's English or Maths or both of them. You'll carry on doing that throughout the course, throughout the year, until you take that. If you come in at level 3, which is equivalent to A level, we always want you to have those GCSEs in place. You can't do A levels whilst you're studying GCSE. So we get them out of the way in level 2, and you move on to the level 3 A level, as June was telling you earlier, the workforce course. I hope you're not feeling that there's a test about everything we've spoken about this evening so far.
I wouldn't pass it.
No.
Any bits that you're not too sure on, flag it up with the questions at the end of this. I'm going to hand you over to Sian shortly, and she's got some videos for you to see about around the college and early years. And we're quite keen to see them as well. And hopefully I would have broken his teeth in properly and can talk better when we come back. So it has been a long day. I just want to add on one thing. You may have noticed the jumpers. This is something that we do. We like to get involved into Christmas jumper day. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depends on how you see it, it's actually sort of combined in the same time as yourselves. And we had this little chat earlier. Like, should we actually put, you know, sort of smarter clothes on? Because we don't want you thinking we just roll up in strange dad jumpers all the time. And we thought, well, no, actually, it is really much a part of us. So that's why we're wearing the funny jumpers. Okay, so I'm going to see if Sian's ready to take you back now, and hope to hear your questions soon.
Bye.
Bye now.
Perfect. Thank you all. That was great. So yeah, as Terry mentioned, I will be now playing the Dartford campus tour video, as well as the early years dedicated video as well.
With teachers sometimes you don't feel like you can just go up to them and have like a conversation, whereas here I can come in the morning and be like, hello, morning Sarah, how's your day? And it's just so flowing and normal. Like your tutors, you get such a good relationship with them and they understand your perspective as well. It's just it was so welcoming coming here and everything, it's amazing.
I enjoy it, like the practical activities, so when we are planning or doing like sort of messy activities, the hands-on sort of things, and also the placements where we're actually at the nurseries and schools to get better experience rather than just learning from a book. I feel that's like a good part of the course.
I was just searching around for colleges, just looking what I could do because I didn't want to go into an apprenticeship. So I found North Kent and then came for an interview like the next day. And I loved it really. Like it was just like what I wanted. I knew I wanted to be a primary school teacher. So I did childcare. But my level 2 and level 3 has really helped me because like when I'm going into placement, I'm seeing all different types of things. I'm seeing new children come in, like just helping all the practitioners, everything like that. When we go into work in schools, I can see what the older children are doing because I want to be a teacher for older children. So when I'm in a reception class, I can see what all the older children are doing and I can see how the school works. And we also do a specialist placement, so we can pick what we want to do. So I'll be in like a year 4 to year 6 class for when I do my specialist placement.
Hello. Now we're going to see if we've got some questions. Right, so we've got a few questions here, so we're going to pop them over there. I wonder if you can see them. Do that. Yep, we're not going to do that, no.
Technology.
Oh, actually,
There
we can
yeah.
do that because camera. It wouldn't make a difference, would it? We just can't see. So we've got the first question is, how do I apply? Wow. Best way to answer that would be go online, fill in the application form. You can do it at school, or you can do it at home. Go online, it's probably the best way. Tick on there.
Oh, we've got if you come back down again, it gives. If you come back down, make us smaller. Said something like answer live. I'm sure it does say.
You know, when you're not too sure what you're meant to be
Yeah.
doing, I think that's where we're at the moment.
Hi ladies, I'm here to save the day, don't you panic.
Brilliant.
If you literally just click the Q&A box and
Yep.
all the questions will be there. If you just read them out, don't worry about the answer live or type in answers. I'll cover that.
Okay.
You don't want us to say the question?
Yeah, we
Just
read the questions out and just
and not the
say
answers.
It. No, yeah, and answer it.
All right. That worked well, didn't it? Try that again.
Thank you for saving the day.
It's okay, it's okay.
Thank you, Sharon.
Think of this as a practice. So how do we apply for the course? So what we want you to do is go online, apply and tick in that box early years. You will then be sent a confirmation email and thank you. And we'll send you the link to the presentation for you to complete. And you send those tasks in, 500 words and a little media clip. Send those in to us and then we arrange a telephone interview.
I'll take the next one, shall I? Where is your course based? So obviously the course is based here in Dartford. Your actual placement will be closer to your home. We tend to like your placements to be within half-hour distance of your home, so you're not travelling too far. But actually the course is based within Dartford here. That's all.
Okay. When you apply to us, we do ask you if you have any learning difficulties or if you have any requirements. And that's really important because that helps us to get to know you and what your needs are. And from that, we have a brilliant support team who will assess you and help you. And we have lots of resources we can use to support you.
What is the day in the life of an early years student? That's going to change quite a bit, you know, sort of, because we don't always do the same thing at the same time in the same way. In fact, what we like to do is try and build in a little bit of resilience and, you know, sort of learning in the moment. So although we have a set timetable, we're going to have quite a bit of variety. Sometimes we might want to look out the window and see what's going on. You might want to take that opportunity and say, look at that, it's fantastic snow out there. Let's get out there and see what it'd be like. Let's experience that. Or we might be saying that we've actually got some resources just come in. We've actually got a load of shredded paper or cardboard boxes. Or we've got a load of jelly that we've got from the canteen, and we're going to actually sort of put that in as a learning resource and see how it goes. it might be a day when we actually invite the children from our Bright Beginnings nursery up, and we actually have a learning environment for them, and we work with them here. Or it might be that you've got the part of the day with your head in the book, writing an essay. So
Very
it's always
different.
going to be a little bit different, you know, sort of. But what we always guarantee is that you will gain out of what we do. Promise.
Okay, next question, can I become a teacher from doing this course? Yes, of course you can. We have got many that are wanting to go into primary education at the moment. They are doing our current level 3 course, which is the diploma 2-year course, which is equivalent to about 3 A levels. Going on to university to become a teacher, you will need your maths, English and science to become a primary school teacher at grade 4 and above. So these are the requirements that the university will expect from you. But there are about 15 of our learners at the moment applying for university to do primary education. So this is a fantastic course to do if you're wanting to go into teaching. It gives you that ground knowledge of child development before going up into primary education, which is fantastic to have that understanding of where children have come from, how they've developed, to be able to give them the amazing teaching that you'll be able to do from primary education.
Okay, next question is, what are the required grades for entry level? For our level 2, it's 4 GCSEs at grade C, English and Maths must be included in those, and level 3, 5 GCSEs at grade 4, including English and Maths. Okay,
That's it. Forest School. Yeah.
Okay, so what can you tell me more about Forest School that was on the video? So more about Forest School. So like I said before, it is an approach to education. Forest School, within our qualification, we're not teaching you to become Forest School leaders at the moment, but we are giving you a flavour for what this Forest School approach is. There are many primary schools, nurseries out there that are investing in Forest Schools within their actual premises at the moment, too, obviously, because they understand the importance of outdoor learning for children, especially for their well-being and their mental health. It's something that we've brought into the curriculum to benefit you guys for going out to work with children. If you have that understanding of how important Forest School is, then you will then be able to impart that onto your children that you work with.
The next question is, what age group can I work with from doing this course? Well, we cover 0 to 7 years, but we also have a specialist area, which is where you can look at what specialist placements you would like as well. But our basic covering is 0 to 7 years.
What's the timetable like for this course? How many days are we in for? So the timetable normally starts at 9 and normally finishes by 5. Sometimes we might go over a little bit more, but we always try and get you finished by 5 o'clock. You'd probably be in college for 3 days a week. And if you're on level 2, you will start 1 day a week in placement round about this time of the year. And if you're on level 3, you will do 2 days a week in placement as well as your 3 days in college. We run our courses mainly in line with the school term time, so that you do have half terms and short breaks over Christmas periods and the like. We might think it's too short sometimes as well, actually, those breaks, but not really.
Okay, what can I I need my glasses.
Yeah.
What can I progress into when I leave employment and uni? Yes, so obviously we talked about university. So for our level 3 diploma students, they can go on to university, or as June said, the level 3 will give you a license to practice. So in terms of employment, there's many different areas that you can go into. You can go into preschool, nursery, working with children as a basis. We've got students that have gone into speech and language, nannies. We have a student that went to Norland Nannies, didn't we? Norland Nannies, a very prestigious university up in London that supports nannies. So there's many different areas that you can go into. Can you think of any more?
Social work,
if that was
speech therapist, studying speech therapy. Some people go on to do a foundation degree as well and actually sort of develop that experience and the higher education alongside continuing that work for 10 years. And some people actually are very happy with continuing with the placement they started. So they've actually sort of did placement throughout their training on their level 2, maybe their level 3 as well. And they're very happy to stay there, and they've become part of that team. So we have a variety of success stories. Very few people that don't actually pick up something that they really pursued. Even in current climate with COVID, sort of still the majority of our students have actually progressed either into higher education or have worked within the sector.
One last year, we had a student that went off to America to become
an
au pair over there, which she thoroughly enjoyed. She stayed in touch with us all the time she was out there, giving us feedback, what she was up to. But she thoroughly enjoyed that experience as well.
Do you have next question is, do you have mature learners? No, all our courses is up to really 18. So unfortunately, we can't take mature learners. There are other avenues that you can look at, and we would be glad to help you if we can.
Yeah, most definitely. But, do we have a uniform to wear? Yep, you do have a uniform to wear. Only when you're in placement though. It's a polo shirt and a fleece, and you can tie it up with skirts or trousers. But in college, we actually want to see a little bit of your personality. So we like you to wear, sort of your everyday clothes.
Or Christmas jumpers.
Oh, Christmas, of course, yeah. Which is what we wear outside Christmas as well.
What employers do you work with? Okay, so in terms of employers that we work with all the local preschools, nurseries, primary schools in the area that we work with to be able to get you placements for your course.
What are your success rates? We have high success rates and high expectations because we want our students to get to the career they want. Most of our students in level 2 move up to our level 3 courses, and our level 3, we find that a lot of our students have find positions in the nurseries or schools they're in, or they have really good success with going to university courses that they wish to go for.
I've got asked here if early years isn't for me during the course, would I have another choice? Depending on what level you're on and at what time you decide it's not for you, and it could be a variety of reasons. It could be that you aren't fitting in with your placement, or you haven't started placement yet, or you might need to think about which group you're in. So we do actually explore lots of different things before we actually discussed in details with you saying this isn't for me. And if that was the case, it would depend on when you actually made that decision. If it's very early on, so around about 6 weeks, we'd actually see if we've got another course that is more appealing to you. It might mean sort of doing a little bit of experience with them to see if it worked better. If it was later on in your course, we would always try and see if it's possible for you to continue the course so you gain that qualification, because it could be something you come back to later on. Quite often that people would take that qualification and use it as a stepping stone to go into either a similar area or a completely different area. It's all education, it's all development.
I'm dyslexic, can you support me? Can I study this course? Yes, of course you can. As June already said, we do obviously find that information out on interview, and obviously we'll ask you to provide some evidence that you've obviously had support within your school, and we will continue that on in college as well.
Next question, will I have to do English and Maths, and at what level? If you have a grade 3 in English and Maths, you will be required to do English and Maths within our timetable. That means that during the week you're in with us, you will have a session for English and Maths that you will attend.
I was going to say the next one follows on, doesn't it?
Yeah. Am I able to do another course? No. So if you when you choose early years, you will only be studying early years at this course. It is a full-time course, although maybe you might be in for 3 days and in placement 2 days. That is a full-time course.
I love this question.
I love answering that one.
Do we get to work with them babies and take them home? Well, we don't have any real babies for you to take home, that's for sure. But we do have simulation babies, and they are an option that yes, you can have that experience of taking it home with you, providing you get the agreement from home. And yeah, we do need that in writing as well. It's no getting back at at your big brother because he's actually sort of kept you awake with loud music. So we actually sort of go through a bit of a training program to see how it is. And for some people that is actually, you know, sort of something that they really, really love and look forward to, and other people absolutely hate it.
Right. Next question is, what is placement? What is
Kids are
placement?
placing.
Placement is where we, as part of your course, you will go out and you will work within either an early years setting, a nursery, or in a school. And we work with you to arrange that when we have interviewed you. Now, in that placement, you will be working as part of the team and getting experience working with children. It's a lovely time for everyone.
What is classroom size like? I'm assuming you're meaning the amount of students in a class or the actual building. I'm not sure.
Maybe answer both.
Yeah, so building wise, we have many different size classrooms. We have large classrooms if we're doing practical work. We have a simulation nursery that we obviously can invite the children into and do work with them there. We have computer rooms, we have other classrooms. In terms of amounts in a class, we don't ever go over 20. So 20 is the maximum that you'll have in a class. At the moment, we've got classes of about 12, 13. So it varies between that sort of size.
Crossover between early years and health and social care. We answered this a little bit earlier, but you know, sort of just really to say that early years, you're actually going to sort of study everything about the child and relationship with their parents and carers, and being a key worker, working with that child, working in an official environment, so an educational establishment. In health and social care, it's going to cover a range of elements. It's working with people, and with the main focus as being health and illness.
The next question is, do you have PPE in class? In our class, I presume this is about COVID and our anxieties around that. We are very COVID friendly here. We have
COVID friendly.
We have sanitizers in the rooms. We have our class bubbles. We have space, and we encourage our learners to social distance. When you go out into placement, we follow the nursery and the school's COVID requirements as well. So we are very conscious that we are here to support our learners through this difficult time.
Can you swap courses if it isn't for you when you're on the course of the college? I think we've already answered that one, but just to say, it does depend when and what the reasons are, and we would always try and support you as best we can. I suppose the logical thing is that if you're not feeling very happy or confident in what you're doing, please let us know. You will have a personal tutor that really is there to help you and to help you in your education. So, you know, let's look at it and explore it and see how we can mend what's not working for you.
Okay, what are the units included within the course? Well, I don't think we have enough time to go through all the units. Obviously, there's different courses that we run. There's many different units. We obviously look at the supporting the development of a child from 0 to 7. If you're doing level 3, you'd look at maybe emergent mathematics and literacy. Which ones?
Child health, equality, diversity and inclusion.
Play and learning.
Theoretical perspectives, that's always a favourite.
International perspectives.
So there's many different units that you will cover.
Okay. Do you cover childcare, etc.? The type of medication to give them? Yes, on our level 3, we have a specific child health unit where we look at medication, we look at the storage of medication, we look at how we report, document, and we look at how we administer. So it's all around our responsibilities as an early years practitioner.
It's a strange one as well in our current times. Do you work in groups during the course? If we were answering this question last year, well, we would be seeing you in person as well, wouldn't we? But if we was answering, we'd say, yes, definitely, we work in groups. Currently, at the moment, we aren't able, because of the COVID regulations, to actually put you into groups to work, unless we're doing it through a virtual means. And when you're actually sort of doing a virtual thing, maybe in Zoom, and you go into breakout rooms, virtually, of course, then yes, you do work with other students.
Okay, do you have to work? Oh no, sorry. Is there any resources available on campus? I'm not sure I understand the question. Resources.
I suppose we have lots of early years resources, both sort of ebooks. We have play resources, and we have things like that. And there's other things that you can do whilst you're at college as well that you can take in. Whether it's through the theatre or through the gym,
Maybe
elements
able
like
to
that.
see. Yeah. I
so
hope that answers your questions. I'm not quite sure.
put it again if not.
Yeah.
What is the best way to apply for the course? Well, to apply online, and we have a really good PowerPoint that will be sent out to you, which will give you a flavour for what we've been talking about tonight, and will also give you an opportunity to let you show how you want or what you want to do and how you want to do it. So that gets us in contact, but you must apply online as soon as possible because we really want to meet you.
I'm going to pick up that one that you really speedily typed that question there, where you said you meant other resources like in the library. In the library, we call it here a LTC. So it's not just books. It's actually got a variety of things. So there's lots of e-resources there. We've got PCs in there. We've got a little training room, so you can actually sort of set up some of the presentations that you might want to do through cameras and filming and the like, or podcasting. We've also got films that are available. We've got other interactive things that have just popped out of my head. But yes, we've got a big library.
Excellent. What if I wanted to add another course? Okay, so we answered this question as you can't do another course, but if you wanted to apply for another course, then you are obviously welcome to do that, to apply for the courses that you are interested in. I don't think you can add it to the same application. I'm assuming, I'm assuming there'll be different two applications, so they can go to both departments and we can obviously interview you and you can make your decision at that.
And all the departments will actually sort of back up. If there's other areas that you're interested in finding out about, pop that on your application, have the interviews for each of the areas, and then you decide. We're here to help you make that decision. We're not here to steal you from one other area or stop you going for school. It's your future, it's your education. We want to help you make that right choice. And if it means that we actually help you make the right choice to a different area and you're happy, we're pretty happy too.
And this question, do we learn first aid, i.e. resuscitation? In our level 3 second year, we do look at first aid and resuscitation, and that is because it gives you a certificate which is sort of up to date for 3 years. So we like to do it in the second year so you're relevant for employment. I hope that answered your question. Now we'll hand over to Shan.
Perfect. Thank you, ladies. Amazing. A really great insight all about early years there. And I hope obviously everybody's really enjoyed the talk that you have all given. Just gonna touch on the early years dedicated video again, just for the latecomers that may have not seen it at the beginning. So please enjoy.
With teachers sometimes you don't feel like you can just go up to them and have like a conversation, whereas here I can come in the morning and be like, hello, morning Sarah, how's your day? And it's just so flowing and normal. Like your tutors, you get such a good relationship with them and they understand your perspective as well. It's just it was so welcoming coming here and everything. It's amazing.
I enjoy it, like the practical activities, so when we are planning or doing like sort of messy activities, the hands-on sort of things, and also the placements where we're actually at the nurseries and schools to get better experience rather than just learning from a book. I feel that's like a good part of the course.
I was just searching around for colleges, just looking what I could do because I didn't want to go into an apprenticeship. So I found North Kent and then came for an interview the next day. And I loved it really. It was just like what I wanted. I knew I wanted to be a primary school teacher. So I did childcare. But my level 2 and level 3 has really helped me because when I'm going into placement, I'm seeing all different types of things. I'm seeing new children come in, just helping all the practitioners, everything like that. When we go into work in schools, I can see what the older children are doing because I want to be a teacher for older children. So when I'm in a reception class, I can see what all the older children are doing and I can see how the school works. And we also do a specialist placement, so we can pick what we want to do. So I'll be in a year 4 to year 6 class for when I do my specialist placement.
Perfect. So thank you to everybody that's obviously joined us. I can see there is one last question that's come through. It says, can you show us how to apply to North Kent on screen? Yes, I can actually. That's not a problem. Let me just get up the website for you. So here is our website. So it's www.northkent.ac.uk here at the top. You just type that into any browser, Chrome, Internet Explorer, anything like that. And then here is the lovely apply online button. If you just click that, it will take you through to this page. You will then, and it just gives you a little bit of blurb about how the best way to make an application is. And it is telling you to use Internet Explorer instead of Google Chrome as well, so just bear that in mind. Just start adding your courses. Obviously we do say maybe your top 3, we don't expect any more courses to be put into your basket as such. And here are all the courses. You can search by keywords, course area, career maybe, full-time and part-time as well. So, and they give you a real good insight into the levels, the mode, the campus is also taught at. And then say, for example, you wanted acting, you can go view, and then it gives you a little bit more insight about acting, and then a little bit more detail here. So, for example, the start date, the end date, and how long it is as well. Entry requirements, and just if you're obviously the costs that you may need to pay towards the course. So as an example there for you. So I hope that's helped and answered that question. So I just want to say, obviously, lastly, thank you so much, Terry, Sarah and June. You've been amazing, amazing insight. It's been really, really amazing to hear everything about early years. I hope you've enjoyed all of the content that we have provided this evening and go away, hopefully, wanting to apply for early years. If you require any more information on a bit more of a one-to-one level and you didn't really want to ask anything on live today and you pre-registered, you will receive a follow-up email. This email will come through in about a few days and it will have the curriculum administrator's email address on the area that you are interested in. So please contact them if you would like to ask any more questions. If you're watching on Facebook, then we will be asking you to head over to our events page, and on there is contact details as well. But the big reason is why you're coming here today is please do apply. The sooner the better. Get into the process, go to your interview and get into the flow of things. And I've hoped you all really enjoyed it, and once again thank you ladies for the amazing insight. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye everyone.